Look, show up, show up.
Hey, what is going on everyone? Welcome back to the Hustle Garage channel. Welcome back to a new video. Hope everyone is good. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is safe and doing pretty good. Today's video, I'm going to be installing the front sway bar on my 370Z. I've actually been waiting to get a sway bar for a while, researching which ones. Came down to two options. It was either the white line or the Hotchkis front sway bar. Yes, I'm only installing the front ones because I've read a lot of forums and people who track their car and everything. A lot of people have said just changing the front sway bars is all you need. There's no real need to change the rear ones for me. The plan for today is to change the front ones, obviously. So I'm going to be taking you guys through that, how to install it, what you guys need, the torque specs, and then I'll try to tee up a track day just to actually see how these perform. So if you're in the Perth, Western Australia area and you are keen for a track day, message me on my Instagram or just leave a comment down below and then we'll discuss. Let's move on to this install and yeah, let's smash this install out. First things first is put the car up on jack stands, take the front wheels off. The next step is take off the under shield, plastic shield bit underneath, under shroud. Is that what it's called? I can't think right now. Take that off and then it'll give you access to the whole sway bar. Let's take off the under shield, under shroud, whatever it's called. Let's take that off. If you still have the OEM undershroud, you're going to have like a bunch of 10mm bolts, I think 2 plastic clips or something like that, but I changed all of mine to bolts for the ease of taking it off and stuff like that because I hate plastic clips. Once you got that off, you basically have access to the whole sway bar and all the bolts you need to take off. I'll show you what that all looks like underneath the car. It's actually not that much you have to do. As you can see, this right here is the sway bar. This is the OEM sway bar that goes from this side all the way to the left side. You just have to take off this here from this sway bar end link, a bracket here and a bracket there, and also another end link right there. That's basically all you have to take off. Show you what sizes and stuff they are. We'll take that sway bar off and then we'll talk a bit about the difference between that sway bar and the sway bar that I got. It is quite a big difference. Yeah, all right, let's take this sway bar off. The tools that you're going to need is altogether a 10mm socket to take all the bolts off the undershroud, 21mm socket to take your wheel nuts off. For the actual sway bar, a 19mm open end spanner, 17mm socket for the end links, and just a 14mm socket for the bushing bracket thing that hold the sway bar in. Yeah, I'll put everything down in the description below, what tools you need, what sizes, the torque specs, everything, so it helps you and it's very easy for you. We've got all the tools that we need. Now go back under the car and actually take off the sway bar. And also with the socket, you might want a impact gun or just use a ratchet. It's going to start off with the end link and then we'll move on to these brackets. You grab your open end spanner, put it onto the nut on the outside, and then use your 17mm socket with either your impact gun or your ratchet and put it onto the nut on the inside, and this nut will come off and it will just be held on by a stud. That's how you take the sway bar off the end link, and then we'll move on to the other side. Both end links are off. What this allows to do is the sway bar to just rotate easily. As a good practice, nuts you just took off the end links. I like to do because I do forget things. Put these back onto the studs of the end links just so you don't lose them. The next thing we gotta do is take off these brackets for the bushings, and then the whole sway bar will just come down. this is the OEM sway bar right here. Let's open up these new sway bar and let's see the difference between this one and this one. Holy crap, they are thick, thick. Like they are thick. I'll show you what I mean because wow. This here is the OEM sway bar and this here is the Hotchkis Swaybar. As you can see, difference is obviously the color. The Hotchkis Swaybar is powder coated in this really nice gray finish, which will last like forever pretty much. The OEM ones is just a good painted black, which does wear down. With the brackets, they're both made out of steel. The Hotchkiss one is a bit more thick and reinforced just to accommodate for the thickness of the sway bar. With the Hotchkiss sway bar, there's a Zerk fitting on the top here, which allows you for easy lubrication of the bushing. In terms of bushings, the OEM one uses a rubber type bushing. Hotchkiss one, polyurethane bushing, which again will last pretty much forever, will definitely last longer than the OEM rubber bushings. Everything is pretty much made to last longer, be more durable, just take wear a lot better. In terms of the actual sway bars, as you can see, the Hotchkiss one is a lot thicker than the OEM one. I don't know how many times I can say thick in a video, but this bad boy is thick. I have not used this in ages. I've got a digital one and a freaking manual one, which is ancient and is a dinosaur. Let's go ahead and measure the difference between these. You just saw the difference in thickness of both the sway bars. Well, I'm not exaggerating, it is thick. And also with Hotchkiss sway bar, it's not a solid bar, it's actually a hollow bar. I know white line sway bars are solid. I don't see any real issue with that, just because you won't actually give enough like torsion stress on the sway bar enough for it to break. The things that come with a thick sway bar, one, less body roll obviously, just the car will feel more predictable in corners. When you're going into corners, coming out, just taking the corner, you'll be more confident in taking corners just because of that predictability that the car will give you, and the stiffness of the less body roll, which will be really nice to have. What I feel with the 370Z, it's already got a low center of gravity, which is great. Thicker sway bars, it's literally the best bang for buck suspension mod you can ever do. The 370Z already from stock is great in corners, and I can't wait for the next track day to see what the difference is, because yeah, I'm very excited. Enough talking from me. I'm gonna go ahead and actually install the sway bar finally. Actually, the first thing you actually need to do is grease up your bushings, and so Hotchkiss comes with their own grease. Find a good silicone based grease. It'll prevent it from like squeaking and being all noisy and stuff like that. After you grease the bushings, you're good to go to chuck it on the car. It's basically everything in reverse. As I said, I'll put all the torque specs and everything you need in the description below to make it easy for you. Let's go ahead and time lapse this. As you can see, this is a sway bar. Obviously you won't see it when you're driving and everything. Basically the whole sway bar here, you can already tell it is so much thicker. Everything's all nice and snug. Basically everything is done. All I need to do now is just put the undershroud back on, then the wheels back on. Yeah, hop on our Instagram if you guys have any questions, or if you guys just want to keep updated on the build. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's pretty much it for the sway bar install. If you guys have any questions or anything at all, just drop it in the comments below. Let's have a chat in the comments. Would really appreciate it if you guys smash that like button and that subscribe button as well, and leave a comment on what sway bar you guys have, or if you are looking for a sway bar, or if you have just any questions on the sway bar, or just simply want to have a chat, just leave a comment down below. It'll help the channel out a lot. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace. One more thing, I did a really cool thing yesterday to the car. I just wanted to leave you guys with that. Alright, peace.